Урок 9. 9. Глагол любить и профессии 2. So we're going to practice the verb любить and we're going to talk about more professions. And I can see that actually on Kik we have 16 followers now, so it is really good. I will make a bit quieter this music stuff because they have some ads. And I'm going to send the link for today's lesson for Kik and also here to Twitch. So if you want to follow me during the lesson, you can just you can just follow. Like click on the link and you could do the same things, exactly the same what I do. And okay, let's maybe. I'm not really sure if maybe we have to log into Twitch too, because for some reason the chat does not really send everything as it's supposed to. La 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 la. Okay, here we also have 101 followers, so it is good. Now I see that links, they are everywhere, so now everyone can hear sound. Seems like off. So everything has been settled and we can start. Aha, now I see the first link also popped up. It was with a delay. We'll start with языковая разминка. It's like language practice, just like a bit of a tongue twister. So you only need to слушай и повторяй. Listen and repeat. Not very difficult. So let's start. Ж. The first letter is Ж. 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 Like imagine like a bee may say to make that sound like Ж. Жи. 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 Ёж. Животик. Покажи. Жи. 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 Ёж. Животик. Покажи. Окей, идем дальше. Ж, о, жо, жо, жо. Стало осенью свежо. Жо, жо, жо. Стало осенью свежо. Угу. Хорошо. Дальше. Жу, ж, у, жу. Жу, жу, может, холодно, ежу. Жу, 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 может, холодно, ежу. Дальше. Ч, 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 и, чи, чи. Чи, чи, чи. Привезли нам кирпичи. Кирпичи is actually bricks. Чи привезли нам кирпичи. Чи привезли нам кирпичи. And so today we're going to check a lot of letters. They look that are unique to Russian language. Next one is sh, sh, like sh in English. Sh, sha, 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 sha. Мы сидим у шалаша. Ша, ша, ша. Мы сидим у шалаша. Ша, ша, ша. Мы сидим у шалаша. Так, дальше. Следующее у нас будет тоже уникальная буква. A unique letter. F, F, like English F or Latin F, doesn't matter. F, A, па, 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 па. Город есть такой Уфа. Fa, 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 a city there is with the name Ufa. Or fa, 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 there is a city called Ufa. Actually, it rhymes in English too. Fa, 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 город есть такой Уфа. Хорошо. Дальше. Х, А, Ха. So this letter, actually, we pronounce it as H in English. Дритатушки, дритата. Я, кстати, такое не знаю. Чистоговорку. Дритатушки, дритата. А может и знаю, но не помню откуда. Идем дальше. Ха, ха, ха. Два подрались петуха. Ха, ха, ха. Два подрались петуха. Ха-ха-ха-ха-ха. Так. Привет, привет. Добро пожаловать. Я, кстати, скоро еду в Россию. Ну как, не знаю еще когда, но довольно скоро. Мне дали депорт. Next letter is ц. Ц. Imagine of pronouncing T and S together, like in the word Tsar, Russian Tsar, king. So ц, о, цо, цо, цо. Я запачкала лицо. Цо, цо, цо. Я запачкала лицо. В какой город едешь? Which city are you going? Ну, конечно, в Краснодар. Куда же еще? Но я еще ищу работу параллельно. Я еще не решила, хочу это или нет. Или в Турции, или, может быть, в Узбекистане. Зависит еще тоже от легализации документов. Не хочу заново проходить все эти легализации. Окей, цо-цо-цо, я запачкала лицо. Я не знаю, где твои родители живут. В Краснодаре. Краснодар. Okay, next one is again letter C. Ц. Ц. А. Ца. 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 Я у папы умница. Ца. 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 Я у папы умница. Ца-ца-ца, я у папы умница. Okay, so we practiced a bit. Now we can move to the lesson. Прикольные стишки, да. Называются чистоговорки. Их логопеды часто используют. Что, сегодня у нас будет профессии. We're going to learn the professions. And again, we learned some. Today will be more. So we'll need прочитай слова. Read the words. И угадай значение. And guess the meaning. So don't forget to write your name. And the links, they are in Kik and Twitch. So you can click and you can also do the challenge together with me. So we have some words on top. They're written in Russian. If you click on them,
Архитектор.
you can hear the sound like of the word, how to pronounce it. And after you need to match it to the jobs. First of all, we're going to read the jobs, so it will be easier for us later to try to match them. We have a driver, an administrator, the CEO, a bartender, an athlete, a designer, an assistant, a psychologist, a businessman, and an architect. So I'm just going to click on the words and we will try to figure out which one is which. Let's start maybe with the first red.
Архитектор.
Don't forget to repeat the words. Ar-hi-tek-tar. Архитектор. Архитектор.
Архитектор.
Architector. It's almost the same in
Architector.
English. An architect. Architector. Architector. Just a little bit of the ending with or, but the rest is the same. Okay? Дальше.
Психолог.
Психолог. Психолог. Психолог. Психолог. Again, sometimes when you look at the word, it may look terrifying or confusing. Just try to read, because you already know almost all of the letters in Russian alphabet, and just try to listen to yourself and listen to what sounds do you pronounce, and just try to match them with English.
Психолог.
Psycholog. Psycholog. And we have only one word beginning with ps, psy, psychologist. Psychologist. It's not exactly the same, but psycholog. Psycholog. The middle part, psychologist. Well, kind of can match a bit. This could be a tricky one.
Директор.
Director. 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 So if you just look here, it doesn't look like there is a word director, right? Director. Director. But we can use our logic and think what other words can be the synonyms of the word director, or the person in charge. And the person in charge is CEO.
Директор.
Director. Director. I could have easily written a director here, but I just wanted to make it less easy. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Дизайнер.
Designer. 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 This is just like almost 98% match, or 99. Designer.
Дизайнер.
A designer. So pretty easy. Even my cat says that it is easy. Okay, next one.
Администратор.
Administrator. 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 Too many consonants in both languages, so quite easy. Okay, go for next one. This one.
Водитель.
Водитель. Водитель. It's not that easy to match it, but we have learned this word in one of our previous lessons. So if you have not seen, we can leave this word
Водитель.
for the rest, for the end, and try to match the easier ones.
Бизнесмен.
Businessman. 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 Basically, it's like we're speaking in English.
Бизнесмен.
Businessman. Businessman. Дальше.
Атлет.
Athlete. Athlete. Maybe if you just hear this word in Russian, maybe you can't easily figure out the meaning. But when we have only 5 words left, or 4 words, driver, bartender, an athlete, and assistant, it's kind of easy to match.
Атлет.
Athlete, an athlete. Athlete, an athlete. Дальше.
Бармен.
Barman. Barman. Some people call or read this word as barman. So barman или barman. Barman.
Бармен.
A bartender. Next one.
Ассистент.
Assistant. 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 Assistant.
Ассистент.
Assistant. 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 And the final one.
Водитель.
Водитель. Водитель
Водитель.
is the Driver. Водитель. So I would like you to look at these different professions and try to say I am and the profession. Do you remember how to say it? So if you don't, it's super easy. So in Russian language, we don't have am, is, and are, those preposition, not preposition, those auxiliary verbs. So we just have to say I and the job. So I will be in Russian я. Я водитель. Я администратор. Я директор. Or maybe if we want to say he, он barman, he's a bartender. Он атлет, he's an athlete. Она, she. Она дизайнер. Она ассистент. Я психолог. If I want to say you, ты бизнесмен. Ты архитектор. Okay? Pretty easy. But we have a little bit of more professions because they were too easy. Professions, jobs, occupations, call any way you like them. Ooh. So once again, we need to read what are we going to work with first. Steward or cabin crew, a taxi driver, a teacher, a journalist, a courier or delivery guy, a president, a manager, a secretary. I think now it's mostly called like assistant to the CEO, but in Russia, secretary is pretty popular. Next one, professor and a poet. I don't know why did I decide to choose a poet. Maybe because it sounds pretty similar. So again, we're going to listen to the words and try to match. If you want to match the words by yourself or you think you can do it really fast, you can click on the link in the chat and you can show me your score. And also when you click here later, there should be like a leaderboard and you would be able to see your result and see how well did other people do. Okay, let's begin.
Секретарь.
Секретарь. Секретарь.
Секретарь.
Секретарь.
Секретарь.
A secretary. Секретарь. Дальше.
Курьер.
Курьер. Курьер.
Курьер.
Courier. It's a
Courier.
courier. A courier, the delivery guy. Courier.
Журналист.
Журналист. Журналист.
Журналист.
It's a
Журналист.
journalist. Again, pretty easy.
Таксист.
Таксист. Таксист.
Таксист.
Таксист.
Таксист.
Taxi driver.
Поэт.
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 Poet,
Poet.
poet. And if we look, even like the spelling is almost the same, right? Poet, poet. Дальше.
Президент.
Президент. Президент.
Президент.
President. It's basically identical words. The only thing is we use different letters to write it, and maybe we'll change a bit of the stress.
Учитель.
Учитель. Учитель. This again might be not that obvious, so we can...
Учитель.
Okay.
Учитель.
Let's start with the green one.
Менеджер.
Manager. Manager.
Менеджер.
Manager. 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 No difference at all.
Профессор.
Professor.
Профессор.
Professor. Professor. Someone who works at the university. Next one.
Стюардесса.
Stewardessa. Stewardessa. Stewardessa.
Стюардесса.
So here, if you can see, it ends with a vowel and it is a. So it indicates us that actually it's a female. So don't forget about that thing. So stewardessa. It's very close
Стюардесса.
to steward. Steward, stewardessa. And the final one,
Учитель.
учитель. Учитель.
Учитель.
Teacher. At first, to be honest, I didn't think that учитель and teacher, they were matching, but after I was like, teach, teach, ch. And here учить, чит. So it's basically the opposite. So in Russian, we start with ch sound and we finish with th, chit. And in English, it's the opposite. We start with th and we end with ch, teach, teach. But quite similar. We can click on submit answers and we can see how well have we done. Everything is correct for me. And we can see the leaderboard. So I have 10 points and I finished it in 4 minutes and 17 seconds. So you can try to finish it by yourself and see how fast can you do it. If you want, like, you can click on show answers and it will show you all of the answers, and you can click
Stewardessa.
again and you can listen and repeat, or you can click back and you can click on start again and you can play again. Next one, we're going to review activities that we learned last lesson because we are going to use them today. So it was the verb, глагол, читать, 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 читать книгу, to read a book, читать книгу, читать газету, читать газету, to read a newspaper, читать статью, статью, статью. I'm putting the stress on top so it will be easier for you to see what's to stress. Статью, an article, to read an article. Читать книгу, читать газету, читать статью. Дальше. We had a глагол смотреть, смотреть, смотреть. Basically to watch something. Смотреть телевизор, телевизор, телевизор. Okay, maybe I should take away here. Телевизор. The stress is invisible. Телевизор. Дальше. Смотреть сериал. Сериал. To watch TV series. Смотреть сериал. And the final one. Смотреть видео на YouTube. Смотреть видео на YouTube. Идем дальше. We also learned the verb гулять. Гулять. Oh, my cat wants to repeat everything I say. He's a very smart cat. Гулять. Гулять. Гулять в парке. Гулять в парке. To walk in a park. Дальше. Гулять на улице. На улице. Гулять на улице. And the final one is... Oh wait, this one. Гулять на улице is to walk on the street. Я тут. Хорошо. А я томат, вместе мы фруктовый сад. I'm a tomato, together we're a fruit garden. That was like a famous TV ad for a juice. Okay, the last one. Гулять по городу. Гулять по городу. To walk around the city. Ты там просто что-то говорила, я директор или типа того. Да, было такое упражнение. Было такое. Гулять в парке, гулять на улице и гулять по городу. I think we had one more verb, and it was играть. 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 Играть на компьютере. Играть на компьютере. Ну вот, я типа томатная. Да, я поняла эту шутку. Это реклама наша, фруктовый сад. Там папка на телефоне, да. Специально выбирала. PUBG, the game here. Так, дальше. Играть на телефоне. Играть на телефоне. Play on the phone. And the final. Играть в приставку. В приставку. Да, я делала сама. Играть в приставку. So last lesson I actually taught you играть на приставке. That's also correct way to say. I mean, в приставку will be a more common way, but на приставке is also pretty popular. Да в какой-то программе? Нет, сама делаю. Просто there is a special app called Pear Deck, and it helps me to have like drawing activities or like when I put some games or links to other websites. But the concept is mine. Okay, so now we're going to practice these verbs, глаголы. Okay, so if you click on the link in the chat, нажми на ссылку в чате, и ты сможешь тоже туда-сюда ходить и все делать, переключаться между слайдами. You can switch between the slides as I do, and you can finish all of the exercises. So there is a special extension for Google that is called Pear Deck. Так, у нас будет профессии plus любит. Will be professions, and we have to use the word love. Just to practice the vocabulary, to remember. So, for example, this game, эта игра, она сделана на сайте wordwall.net. Там, чтобы делать игры, нужно платить, по-моему, 5 бесплатно, а потом нужно подписываться, чтобы сделать больше. So first, again, we read the sentences, and after we are going to match them with whatever we have. So let's check. Играть в приставку. So try to translate it in your head. So what is written here, and also pictures will be a reference. Типа как редактор на сайте, в котором ты можешь делать какие-то обучающие штуки. Ссылки нет, сейчас отправлю. Наверное, с интернетом проблема была. Сейчас придет, скоро придет. Все, я уже отправила, вижу ее. Значит так, дальше. Играть на компьютере. Играть на компьютере. Читать статью. Гулять по городу. Смотреть телевизор. We actually have 6 viewers on Kik. Hello, Kik. Читать книгу. Смотреть видео на YouTube. Читать газету. And here we will have to practice our reading skills, because maybe if we look at these words, they could look a little bit scary, but if we read and we pronounce them, maybe we could match them because at least some of them we learned today. Нет, ты ничего не сломаешь. So I turned on... А то там рисовать можно. Да, правильно, так и нужно. And I can see all of the drawings and all of the things you do there. То есть все, что ты рисуешь, я это все буду видеть, потому что я учитель. Okay, let's start with the first one. Let's try to read this one, the green. Инженер. Инженер любит. Actually, here I didn't просто кулю-мулю. Actually, this one, I didn't think about this exercise well. How are you supposed to know who's an engineer? Okay, this one I did not think of, so my fault. I'm really sorry. So we can just match them and just put them to anything and just try to translate. So you can put it to whatever you like. Инженер любит. An engineer loves, or we can say likes, играть в приставку. And now let's translate it. Инженер любит играть в приставку. An engineer loves to play a console game. На сайте, в котором можно делать какие-то обучающие штуки. Ага, ну да, это да. Называется WordWall. WordWall.net. Но опять, ты можешь сделать 5 бесплатных, а потом тебе нужно платить, чтобы... если ты хочешь сделать больше 5 игр. Дальше сделаем. Будем читать дальше. Журналист. Журналист любит играть на компьютере. Журналист is who? It is a journalist. A journalist loves or likes to play on the computer. Okay, let's go with the next one. Архитектор. Архитектор любит читать статью. An architect loves or likes to read an article. Так, дальше. Oh, here is a misspelling. Ooh. Ina has to be punished today. I should stop preparing lessons at night. So here is a misspelling. Can you find it? Секретарь. At the end, we should have a letter R. Секретарь. Not T. R. Секретарь любит гулять по городу. A secretary loves to walk around the city or a town. Дальше. Водитель. Водитель любит смотреть телевизор. A driver likes to watch TV. Дальше. Профессор любит. Actually, I remember that I did change this, but I think I forgot to update the link in Pear Deck. Anyway, bad teacher. Плохой учитель. We actually learned the adjectives. Да, я плохой учитель. Профессор любит читать книгу. Профессор любит читать книгу. A professor likes to read a book. We can also say loves to read a book. Because любить actually means to love something, and it's just stronger than like. But sometimes when we talk about hobbies, it's kind of the same. Дальше. Businessman любит, бизнесмен любит смотреть видео на YouTube. Я написал тебе мяу-мяу через ссылку. I have not checked yet because I'm on this slide now checking this exercise. But if I will go and find that particular slide where you wrote, I can definitely see it. Дальше. Таксист любит читать газету. Таксист любит читать газету. Taxi driver loves to read newspapers. Okay, let's check. What did we see? Like responses of the teacher. Привет, мяу-мяу. Вижу. Видишь, все видно. So if we'll have like more students, there would have been more replies. So this is mine, because it's me like in the student mode. And this is also, I can see it's you. Like we had... Yeah, все видно. Okay, let's try to submit, but actually there is no need to submit here. So, ooh, I guessed 1, 2, 3 correct answers. Okay, so this one, I have to note it down, so it definitely has to be changed. So it is slide number 9. Slide 9. Remake. Because it really does not make sense. Okay, идем дальше. So last lesson we also learned the verb любить, and we learned different prepositions. Я, I. Я люблю, I love. Я люблю. Ты любишь, you love. Ты любишь. Он любит, he loves. Она любит, she loves. So these are the firsts that we're going to do, and not all the time links actually open up properly, so still fine. It is a wrong one. Okay, we have just to remember some things that we see, and we'll have to say what do we like, what do we love. This goes really, really fast. Have you noticed? Have you managed to remember all of them? I remember some. My memory is actually pretty bad. I remember this one definitely was the first, so we can say Я люблю. This we actually did not learn, but it's supposed to be easy to guess. Играть в football. Okay, so let's actually change this one. I don't think it was supposed to be here. Slide number 10 also not correct. That was actually from my kids group. I don't understand why did it mess up together. Huh. Okay, maybe... Oh, I know. We were not supposed to do that activity. We were supposed just to review. Я, ты, он, она. Yeah. Stupid me. Punish me. Punish by subscribing to me. Okay, 8 people on Kick. Hello. One more time. Я люблю. I love. Ты любишь. You love. Он любит. He loves. Она любит. She loves. So if you click on the links from the chat, you can also write together with me. So first we have here the preposition я. Я means I. Next one we need to figure out the occupation or profession. And after we need to use the verb love. And after we need to say the activity. So who am I? Кто means who. Что, what. Love, любит. Who loves what? Я So let's try to think, what is the occupation of this woman? And I will slowly change to Russian language. Okay, I'm in Russian now. Я журнал, magazine. Ist журналист, a journalist. She is a journalist, so я журналист, I am a journalist. But because it's a woman, we can also add the suffix ka, журналистка, so to refer that she's a woman. But in many occupations, in many professions, you don't really, it's not that necessary to add the gender. So just if you wish, I can just say a female journalist, женщина-журналист. It's also correct, so no problem. Я журналистка or я журналист. Full stop. Next one. I love. Я люблю. Люблю. Я люблю. I love. And this activity, if you remember what is it, you can write it on the slide. So you can use the text option, or you can just use like the highlighter or the pencil, and you can also write just by drawing like this. Я люблю гулять. The мягкий знак. This final letter, мягкий знак, it has no sound, but it makes the consonant before it soft. So th turns into t. Гулять. Я люблю гулять. Where? In парке. Okay, ugly k, but still. В парке. Я люблю гулять в парке. Я журналист. Я люблю гулять в парке. I'm a journalist. I love to walk in a park. And again, in English we say to walk in a park, but in Russian we don't have a, we just say in park, в парке. So it is actually much easier than to learn English in this case. Дальше. Ты means, just write it here. Let's see. Okay, you. You. Ты, and now we need to figure out кто ты. Who are you? Ты. And we have to look at the person. What are they doing there? What are they? It looks like they work with colors and with a computer, with not stitches, with different patterns and swatches of colors. So I assume she's a designer. So let's write it. Ты. The. Design. Designer. Точка. Full stop. Ты любишь. Ты любишь. You like. Remember? Я люблю. Ты любишь. So we change the endings of the verbs. Ты любишь. Game of Thrones. What can we do with it? We can смотреть. Ты любишь смотреть. Смотреть что? What do you like to watch? Game of Thrones? Это фильм? Нет. Это сериал. TV series. So, series. Сериал. Ты дизайнер. Ты любишь смотреть сериал. You are a designer and you love watching TV series. Сериал, or if we want to say plural, сериалы. Both are correct. One TV series, many TV series. Okay, just many. Next one. On. So it is he. See. Кто он? Who is he? On. Let's just try to, sometimes when we hear the word, maybe we know the meaning, but we are unclear how to write. But the thing is, if you know the Russian alphabet, how each letter sounds, and you hear a word, you can try to write it by yourself, just by guessing. And this is a really good skill for self-learning and saving money on tutors and teachers. On. Engineer. So the first sound that you hear is E, engineer. And in English, it would have been maybe this letter. Or it could be also this, like in the word in. But in Russian, we have only one letter that makes produce sound E. And that is in. E. Engineer. In. N. So the second sound we hear is in. Engineer. N. Here. Engineer. We also have a very specific letter that was actually checked at the beginning of the lesson. Engineer. So next one maybe will be not that easy, but still. Engineer. Actually, a lot of Russians also forget how to spell this word. So, so some of you may try it with E, ing. Near it will be correct, but officially we actually write it as yeah, engineer. And this word is even in orthographic dictionary, the one that every child from grade 1 to grade 3 they have to look and read and memorize the words, how to spell them, because maybe they will not follow all of the rules. So it's one of the difficult words. I remember in grade 1 or in grade 2 I kind of struggled with it too. On engineer. But to be honest, if you're in Russia and you write the word like this, people will still understand you. Yeah, you misspelled one letter, but basically the meaning is the same. So we don't have any other word that will sound the same way. So don't worry. Learning a language is not an easy task, but you don't have to really be super precise and perfect with everything. Just remember, native speakers also make mistakes. On engineer. Он. What does he like? Что он любит? Он любит. Он любит. And this activity. So it may be easier to say гулять. Again, гулять. Г, гу, л, я, ля. Oops. Гулять. Он любит гулять. Question is, where does he like to walk? Гулять. We can say на улице, on the street. Or if it's around the city, especially like if you're a tourist, so we can say по по городу. 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 So why here in the word городу we pronounced as городу? I said it this way, but why did I write it with double O, with both O's? And that is the reading rule. So reading rules for letters O and what? And yeah, if they are stressed, we pronounce them as they are. If they are not stressed, we pronounce them as E or A. So городу. The stress falls on городу, on the first go. I'll draw it here. Городу. So the second one, O, is unstressed. That's why we pronounce it as A. Городу. Городу. But if you pronounce both as O, it's also fine. Городу. Городу. Он любит гулять по городу. Also fine. It just depends on different dialect of Russian. So if you go more to the north, people will pronounce every single letter as it is. And like in the rest part of Russia, the huge part, people will just make their life a little bit easier. I mean, by pronouncing words, just because it's not easy to say accurately and correctly every letter. It's not easy to articulate them. Okay, next one. Anna. Anna. So it's a she. Anna. What's her job? It was in one of the previous lessons. Anna. So here there's no really connection with English, because in English we say waiter, waitress. In Russian, I will remind you, it begins with letter O, буква O. Она официант. Официант. And if you want to specify her gender, we can also say К. Она официантка. Она официантка. So it will be a picture double mentioning of her gender, because we already have the preposition she. It is absolutely correct, no mistake. But if we will take away К, the suffix К, она официант, it's also correct. So keep it any way you like. Она официантка. Она любит. What does she like? Love. Она любит играть. Играть на. This word, I'm sorry, it's super easy. You have to do it by yourself. Компьютере. Она любит играть на компьютере. На компьютере. She loves to play computer games. Or on the computer. But... Дальше. Мы. This is a new preposition. Мы is we. Мы. Who are we? What is the job of this guy? Actually, here we can even see delivery club. And also we can hear to read доставка еды. Delivery. Доставка. So we can say delivery guy, but we have an official word for that. Actually, when we order food, we can say доставщик еды, like a delivery guy. But when we work like in a company and we have a guy who will maybe deliver mail, we would probably call him a courier. And this will go with what? Courier. 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 But also it could be any delivery guy. So one courier, many, two or more, курьеры. Мы курьеры. So now what do we love to do? Мы любим. Мы любим. What do we love? Что мы любим? Мы любим играть на... This is a super easy word. Телефон. На телефоне. Мы любим играть на телефоне. Мы курьеры. We're delivery guys. Мы любим играть на телефоне. We love to play on the phone or play phone games. Ooh. How do you feel, guys? Is it too easy or is it difficult? I think it will be not that easy to just remember all of the things and maybe with writing at the beginning, but I'm pretty sure that just like overall it's not that difficult. Now, вы. We have actually two types of we here. So here we see 4 people, right? We have Pushkin, we have, I think it's Yesenin, probably. This is, I think, Akhmatova. And this could be maybe Nekrasov, but I'm not really sure. So 4 different people. So it is plural you. Like you people. Like you in plural form. Вы. Let's change the language. Любите. Вы любите. When we have plural form, like many people, we add те at the end. Вы любите. Вы любите. Okay, first, who are they? Кто они? Yeah, вы любите. It's the next one. But кто они? Вы... All of them, they were really good at writing and at writing some poems. And especially rhyming poems. So they are poet. Poet. It's one poet. But we have poets. So поэты. For many words, when we want to make a plural, we just add u at the end, but it doesn't always look like that, so be careful. We'll go through plurals later. Вы поэты means you are the poets. Вы любите, you love. What do they love? So what is this woman doing? Она читает. Читает. Окей, читать. Вы любите читать. You love to read. But the question is, we also learned some nouns last time. What is she reading? A book, correct? So, книгу. Книгу. Вы любите читать книгу. You love to read a book. So, of course, if you're a poet, you won't read only one book, but we will talk about plurals in the next lesson. So, вы поэты, вы любите читать книгу. So, you are poets, you love reading books, a book. Next one. Again, we have вы, the very same, вы, and it's again you. It means also you in English, but we can see only one person. And it said that вы could be used only for plural. In Russian language, вы could be also used in a very polite and formal way. Formal slash. Okay, where is slash? Sometimes I'm so bad with the keyboard. A formal or polite way to say. Let's keep it like that. So вы. It means I respect this person so much. Maybe he's my boss and I'm so scared. So I'll be like, okay, вы. So вы, and we need to think of his occupation. Вы. Он может быть businessman, a businessman, and he could also be a CEO. Let's try to remember CEO because this is the word that you will hear quite a lot from people. Like if you talk about their job, so they will probably complain about their boss, or they would be a boss, or they will just dream about being a boss. So CEO, the okay, let's switch to Russian. Director. Вы директор. You are a director, or you are the CEO. You are CEO. Вы директор. Okay, maybe next one. Вы любите. It's the same. Те, the suffix те at the end means that you're super polite or you're respectful to a person, and could also mean that you're talking to many people. In this case, only one, so we're just respectful. Вы любите. Again, читать, to read, читать. And now the guy is obviously reading some articles. So who remembers how to say an article? Вы директор, вы любите читать статью. Статью. Вы директор, вы любите читать статью. You are the CEO. You love to read an article. Done. And at the end, we're going to practice a little bit of our adjectives. So today I added some more adjectives, not exactly the same as last time. So first we're going to read them and we're going to focus at the endings. Because remember, the ending depends on the gender, masculine, feminine, or neuter. And in masculine gender, all of them, the final letter is y. If you see the final letter E, it's like 99% it will be an adjective of a masculine gender. So female, basically female gender adjectives, they all end with aya. And neutral gender, they often ends with oye. Sometimes could be with ye. So let's read the first one. Rich. Богатый. Он богатый. He is rich. Она богатая. She is rich. Она богатая. And the final one is оно. It. Оно богатое. Оно богатое. So maybe can't say like what is exactly rich. Because rich usually refer to a person, right? But anyway, maybe there will be something that could be rich. Maybe like цвет богатый, the rich color. Оттенок богатый, it's like a tone, so нет. But maybe there is a word that I am not aware of at the moment, but it could be still it and богатая. Дальше. Poor, бедный. бедный. Он бедный. Она бедная. Она бедная. Он, оно бедное. Wow, double O, again a mistake. It should be only one O there, not double O. So it is also slide number 18. Haha. So someone needs to sleep more. It's me. Дальше. Slim or slender or skinny. Actually thin. Actually maybe thin would be much better, but slim is also fine. Худой. Он худой. He is slim, he is thin. Она худая. Оно худое. Дальше. Fat. Толстый. Он толстый. He's fat. She is fat. Она толстая. And оно толстое. So when we talk about fat, it's actually could be not only about people. We can also use it about книга, about a book. So I have книга по математике, a math book here. And if you look, it has quite a lot of pages, 642. It's a lot. So this book is not thin. Эта книга не худая. Or better maybe we'll say тонкая. But we can definitely say это толстая книга. Yeah, you can say it. You can say it's a thick book. Or you can say it's a fat book. If you think maybe it's also difficult for you to study it, what is inside or read it, you can say толстая книга. Дальше. Caring. You are such a caring person. You take a great care of everyone. You care about everyone. Он заботливый. Он заботливый. Она заботливая. And оно заботливое. So maybe about the final one, like in оно, we can say maybe a monster. We have чудище, like some kind of unknown monster, like you don't know what is that. And the final letter is ye, чудище. So just because of that ending, it will turn it refers that it will be a neuter gender. So оно заботливое, a caring monster. Maybe maybe in Monster Incorporation, the cartoon, maybe there were some заботливое чудище. Okay, next one. Cheerful. So I was not actually sure how to translate this word well, like the word веселый, because it could be funny, but it's also cheerful at the same time. So when we just say about a cheerful and funny person, let's think about these two English adjectives together. Он веселый. Она веселая. And оно веселое. Again, чудище веселое. A monster is cheerful and funny. Okay, дальше we're going to practice these words. So on the left side you can see so some of the adjectives that we learned today, some of the adjectives we learned before. So let's read them. And again, all of them, they're in the masculine form as in the dictionary. So we'll have to guess how they would sound in feminine or neuter form. Small, маленький, big or large. Большой. Tasty. Вкусный. Вкусный. Beautiful. Красивый. Expensive. Дорогой. Cheap. Дешевый. Clever. Умный. Stupid. Глупый or тупой. Tall. Высокий. Strong. Сильный. Rich. Богатый. Poor. Бедный. Slim. Худой. Fat. Толстый. Caring. Заботливый. And cheerful. Веселый. So anytime when you need help, you can click on this little blue square with arrows and you will see this translation. And we can start the game. Don't forget to write your name. If it's not your name, you can click "That's not me." And you can type your name again in Russian or in English. This book's really... Толстая книга. This book is really fat and heavy. Okay, let's see. So we see a sentence, a couple of sentences, and they are related to the picture. And we have 3 adjectives. We need to choose one that would fit the best, even if 3 of them, sometimes 3 of them can fit. But let's try to think logically, according to the story that we read. So firstly, let's read. Это журналистка. Она любит... again misspelling. Читать. Ай-яй-яй. Slide number 19. Horrible. Today, Ина плохой учитель. Очень плохой. I have to be punished today. Она любит читать. So this A is just an extra one. We don't need to have it here. Она любит читать статью. Бедная, умная, высокая. So let's check. Бедная is poor. Бедный. Умная. Clever. Умный. Высокая. Высокий. Tall. This is a journalist. She is She is poor, clever, tall. She loves to read an article. So we can say, she's poor, она бедная? Да, we can. Can we say она умная? She's clever, smart. Yes, we can. Can we say она высокая? She's tall. Да, we can. Мы можем. We can use all of them. So now we need to think of the context, actually. Она любит читать. So if we have something with reading or anything related to kind of studying, so probably she is clever, and this B would be the most appropriate answer. Она умная. Она любит читать статью. So try to choose the answer that will really match the logic of the sentences. Это Александр Васильевич. Yeah, in Russia we use full names, like you need to use the name and father's name. So when you address someone who you really respect, or when it's like formal meeting, or when someone is older than you, but I mean much elder, if it's like only 1 or 2 years difference, there is no doesn't matter. Он бизнесмен. Он бедный, богатый, дешевый. Pick your answer. Это Александр Васильевич. Он businessman. On... We can see a lot of money. But he's also at the casino. That looks like he won like a poker tournament. Some money. So maybe he could be poor. Бедный. But at the moment has so much money. So богатый. Богатый. Ой, Марья Васильевна, вы красивая, толстая, веселая. So let's try to figure out. So can you tell someone, a woman especially, and maybe in a formal meeting or person who is much elder than you, say you are fat. Ты толстая. Вы толстая. I don't think so. So it's definitely not B. No way. So next one. Вы красивая. Yes, I can definitely see myself saying to someone elder than me or that she is a beautiful woman. Why not? And final one, веселая, that you are cheerful or funny. Да, могу. I can say. But the text does not really indicates anything, like what we should choose. In this case, we should look at the picture. Is this woman beautiful? For someone, yes. For someone, no. But let's say yes. So A could fit it. But she is also laughing so much. So probably she knows a lot of good stories or she does a lot of funny stuff. So probably she is very cheerful. So веселая. Вы веселая. Это моя мама. Она добрая и глупая, заботливая, дорогая. Это моя мама. Она добрая и... Добрый is kind. She's kind and stupid. Kind and caring. Kind and expensive. Она добрая и заботливая. Заботливая. So actually, for those who have been learning Russian a little bit, they know that when you talk about another person, you can say like people say, instead of in English we say my darling. In Russian we say дорогая, моя дорогая, and it's not only we say it not only to people who are really precious to us or who we love and cherish. It could be also to our colleagues when we are congratulating them with some kind of events, like maybe birthdays or wedding. We can say моя дорогая подруга, so my dear friend, or мой we can just say дорогой директор, like dear CEO, so it will be like just a dear, дорогая. So in this case, some people might think, okay, maybe дорогая would match, but no, we use дорогая only when we say something with pronoun my, моя дорогая. Okay. Это мой папа. Он интернет-администратор. Internet is the same as internet, so easy. Администратор, administrator. Он толстый, худой, умный. Actually, all of the three can match him, but I mean, grammatically. But logically, if we look at him, он толстый. Is he fat? Нет. Он худой? Is he slim? Not really. Like, he's not fat, but he's not skinny or slim. He's well built. So, нет. So C, умный. Он умный? If he works as the internet administrator, probably. So C, умный. Дальше. Это мой кот, Тиша. Он не любит играть. Он толстый, худой, высокий. This is my cat, Tisha. He does not like or doesn't love to play. He is толстый, худой, высокий. In English, when we look at animals, we call them it, unless we're really attached to them. But in Russian language, doesn't matter. It's everything determines the last letter. So кот th ends with th. It's a consonant. It is masculine gender, so it has to be he. Он. Он не любит играть. Он толстый. Oh, толстый. Yes, he is fat. He is very, very fat. Это твой дом? Да, это мой дом. Он, ты, Is this your house? Yes, this is my house. Is it? No, it's it is. Are you? So basically now we need to choose two words. A. Маленький, бедный. So in the first gap will be маленький, in the second бедный. B. Большой, бедный. Or C. Высокий, большой. So you have to choose. I'll give you a couple of minutes to figure out. Again, you can enlarge this slide with adjectives to see like the translations. It will help you. When you think you're done, you can click again on the slide and you'll see the question back. Это твой дом? Да, это мой дом. Он... Let's think with the first one. Он маленький. Is this... would it make sense? Он маленький. This house is not very big, so maybe for someone it is small. Да. Ты бедный? Are you poor? Okay, small house. Are you poor? Kind of makes sense. It's not really polite, but sense-wise, okay. Let's try B. Он большой. Is the house big? For some people it is, because we also don't see what is behind, so maybe it's like very long, so maybe. Он большой. Ты бедный. So if the house is big and are you poor, makes not much sense, right? So probably not B. Next one, C. Он высокий. It is a tall house or high house, actually. Because in Russian we don't distinguish between tall and high, so it's the same. So, and for objects and for people. So, он высокий. It is high. For some people, maybe yes. For some people, maybe not. So the first word may fit, okay? Ты большой. Are you big? Are you large? Kind of makes sense, maybe, but in this case, when we just say large, you could be very short but fat, or you could be very tall, or you could be tall and slim, or just tall and big and strong and fat, anything. So basically, both A and C, they work, but when we talk about people, we rarely say you're big, at least in Russian. Ты большой. And this house is not really tall, in my opinion, so not really high. So probably A would be the best answer. But I kind of see why some people might choose C. Он маленький, ты бедный. The house is small, are you poor? Took me only 13 minutes and 26 seconds. So yeah, we can check all of the answers and we can go back. We can check the leaderboard. We can go back, show answers again, or start again, and that is it. That is it. So it is time to finish today's lesson. So пока-пока. Пока-пока-пока. But we'll also continue reading the fairy tales today. So just right now, don't go away. We just finished with this. You can go between the slides anytime you want. If you want to learn any particular topic in Russian language, so you can type in the comments, or you can type where. Like send me a message in Kik or Twitch, so I will read and I will check what's going on there. And now we are going to read the fairy tales in Russian here. Da 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 da. Hey, I don't remember having these stupid ads before. Last time we read quite a lot of fairy tales because I was a little bit upset with my current visa situation. Okay, my hair needs to be tucked in here. So today's fairy tale is called Зимовье зверей. Oh, actually we have read it. It's like Зимовье. I'm not sure there's a word in English. It's basically when you have to live over the winter. And the winters are very cold and nasty and you have to survive them. Okay, yeah, we definitely read this story. We also read the story about Жихарка. Белая уточка. Yeah, we read that one. Okay, Гуси-лебеди. This one for sure we haven't started. Now we remember. Гуси-лебеди. Жили мужик да баба. У них были дочка да сынок маленький. Доченька, говорила мать, мы пойдем на работу. Береги, братца. Не ходи со двора. Будь умницей. Мы купим тебе платочек. Oh, nice. We're going to buy a scarf for you if you will babysit your little brother, but promise us not to go out. Отец с матерью шли, а дочка позабыла, что ей приказывали. Посадила братца на травке под окошко, сама побежала на улицу, заигралась, загуляла. Налетели гуси-лебеди, подхватили мальчика и унесли на крыльях. Вернулась девочка, глядь, братца нету. Ахнула, кинулась туда-сюда, нету. Она его кликала, слезами заливалась, причитывала, что худо будет от отца с матерью. Братец не откликнулся. Выбежала она в чистое поле и только видела, метнулись вдалеке гуси-лебеди и пропали за темным лесом. Тут она догадалась, что они унесли ее братца. Про гусей и лебедей давно шла дурная слава, что они пошаливали, маленьких детей уносили. Ну что? The girl forgot about everything her parents told her, so she let her younger brother, sit in front of the house, and she just went for a walk, enjoyed her life, and when she came back, she saw that the little kid brother was taken by angry geese, geese and swans, because a goose is goose and a swan is лебедь, гуси, лебеди, geese and swans. So many geese and many swans. Бросилась девочка догонять их. Бежала, бежала, Увидела, стоит печь. «Печка, печка, скажи, куда гуси-лебеди полетели?» Печка ей отвечает: «Съешь моего ржаного пирожка, скажу». «Стану я ржаной пирог есть, у моего батюшки и пшеничные не едятся». Печка ей не сказала. Побежала девочка дальше, стоит яблоня. «Яблоня, яблоня, скажи, куда гуси-лебеди полетели?» «Поешь моего лесного яблочка, скажу». «У моего батюшки садовые не едятся». Яблоня ей не сказала. Побежала девочка дальше. Течет молочная река в кисельных берегах. «Молочная река, кисельные берега, куда гуси-лебеди полетели?» «Поешь моего простого киселька с молочком, скажу». «У моего батюшки и сливочки не едятся». Долго она бегала по полям, по лесам. День клонится к вечеру, делать нечего, надо идти домой. Вдруг видит, стоит избушка на курьей ножке. Об одном окошке кругом себя поворачивается. So this is a typical Russian fairy tale. So a girl is running in the forest trying to catch those geese and swans that took away her brother, and she sees like an oven, and she asks, "Can you help me? Have you seen my brother?" And the oven says, "Okay, eat my pirogs and I will tell you." And she's like, I don't have time. Now she sees an apple tree, and again she refuses to eat anything, and apple tree refuses to say anything because she's not eating her apples. Next one is this one. I don't know how to translate it. It's basically a starch. There is a river, a milk river with starchy shores. I definitely don't understand how it looks like, but basically, imagine in Sweden there is Nippon soppa or blåbär soppa. It's like kind of a fruit soup, but it's basically fruit powder with some starch, and you have to, and with sugar, you have to mix it with water to make it a very thick drink. So that is кисель. And I have no idea how can a shore be made of it? Because it's supposed to, or the sides of the river, because I think it's supposed to be kind of hard, this. Okay, have no idea. So again, the river asks a girl to drink a bit of milk and the starchy drink, and the girl refuses. And now she sees избушка на курьих ножках. It's basically a stilt house with one that stands on one chicken leg. В избушке старая баба-яга придет кудель, а на лавочке сидит братец, играет серебряными яблочками. Девочка вошла в избушку. «Здравствуй, бабушка!» «Здравствуй, девица! Зачем на глаза явилась?» «Я по мхам, по болотам ходила, платье измочила, пришла погреться». «Садись, покуда кудель прясть». Баба-яга дала ей веретено, а сама ушла. Девочка придет, вдруг из-под печки выбегает мышка и говорит ей: «Девица, девица, дай мне кашки, я тебе добренькое скажу». Девочка дала ей кашки, мышка ей сказала: «Баба-яга пошла баню топить, она тебя вымоет, выпарит, печь посадит, зажарит и съест, сама на твоих костях покатается». Девочка сидит и жива не мертва, плачет. А мышка ей опять: «Не дожидайся, бери братца, беги, я за тебя, кудель, поприду». Девочка взяла братца и побежала. А баба-яга подойдет к окошку и спрашивает: «Девица, придешь ли?» Мышка отвечает: «Приду, бабушка». Баба-яга баню вытопила и пошла за девочкой. А в избушке нет никого. Баба-яга закричала: «Гуси-лебеди, летите в погоню! Сестра братца унесла!» Сестра с братцем добежала до молочной реки. Видят, летят гуси-лебеди. «Речка, матушка, спрячь меня!» «Поешь моего простого киселька?» Девочка поела и спасибо сказала. Река укрыла ее под кисельным бережком. Гуси-лебеди не увидали, пролетели мимо. Девочка с братцем опять побежали, а гуси-лебеди воротились навстречу. Вот-вот увидят. Что делать? Беда! Стоит яблоня. «Яблоня, матушка, спрячь меня! Поешь моего лесного яблочка?» Девочка поскорее съела и спасибо сказала. Яблоня ее заслонила ветвями, прикрыла листами. Гуси-лебеди не увидали, пролетели мимо. Девочка опять побежала. Бежит, бежит, уж недалеко осталось. Тут гуси-лебеди увидали ее, загоготали, налетают, крыльями бьют. Только гляди, братца из рук вырвут. Добежала девочка до печки. «Печка, матушка, спрячь меня! Поешь моего ржаного пирожка!» Девочка скорее пирожок в рот, а сама с братцем в печь, села в устице. Гуси-лебеди полетали, полетали, покричали, покричали, да и ни с чем улетели к бабе-яге. Девочка сказала с печи спасибо и вместе с братцем прибежала домой. А тут и отец с матерью пришли. Hey, so when they were at that избушка на курьих ножках, at the stilt house with one chicken leg, so basically there was a witch, Baba Yaga, and she was planning to eat the girl and the boy, obviously, and a little mouse asked for a little bit of porridge. The girl gave the porridge, and the mouse kind of helped her, gave an advice how to escape. And on the way back, when she was running through the forest with her little brother, she had to help a little river and an apple tree and an oven. She had to drink and eat, and they kind of covered her, hid her, and she safely got home, and the parents came at that time. Actually, I don't think this fairy tale was written really well. So, okay, next one. 7 Симеонов. 7 is number 7. Simeonov, I guess it's just the old-fashioned way of saying the male name Simeon. But we're going to see, who knows. There's also a cat here and a ship. So maybe it's like, I have no idea what it could be about. So let's see. Жил-был старик со старухой. Пришел час. Мужик помер. Остались у него 7 сыновей-близнецов, что по прозванию 7 Симеонов. Вот они растут да растут, все один в одного и лицом, и статью, и каждое утро выходят пахать землю все 7. Okay, this is a really interesting beginning. So there was an old couple, and one day an old man died, and he had 7 twin brothers. Well, basically, I don't know how you call it. Twins, triplets, quadruplets, quintuplets, sextuplets. I have no idea how you say 7 siblings. 7, at least in Russian, they wrote 7 male twins. So there are 7 brothers, they look alike, and all of them were called Simeon. And they used to, actually, every morning they have to go and work in the field. Okay. Случилось так, что тою стороной ехал царь. Видит с дороги, что далеко в поле пашет землю, как на барщине, так много народу. а ему ведомо, что в той стороне нет барской земли. Вот посылает царь своего конюшенного узнать, что за люди такие пашут, какого рода и звания, барские или царские, дворовые или какие, или наемные. Приходит к ним конюший и спрашивает, что вы за люди такие есть, какого рода и звания? Отвечает ему, а мы такие люди, мать родила нас 7 Симеонов, а пашем мы землю отцову и дедину. Вратился конюший и рассказал царю все, как слышал. Удивляется царь. Такого чуда не слыхивал я. Говорит он, и тут же посылает сказать 7 Симеонам, что он их ждет к себе в терем на услуги и посылки. So basically, one day a Tsar was passing by and he saw like, wow, so many people and men work in the field. It looks suspicious. So is it like some kind of a rich house? And if they're rich, maybe I need to figure out what's going on. Are they paying taxes or stuff like that? So, and they just said, no, we're just like 7 simple guys born to one mother, and that's it. And the Tsar thought it's like, looks so interesting, 7 twin brothers. And he summoned them to his castle, to his castle, basically, or palace, terem, and wants them to basically work for them. Ну, говорит царь, отвечайте, какому мастерству кто способен, какое ремесло знаете? Выходит старший. Я, говорит, могу сковать железный столб саженей в 20 вышиною. А я, говорит второй, могу установить его в землю. А я, говорит третий, могу взлезть на него и осмотреть кругом далеко-далеко все, что по белому свету творится. Я, говорит четвертый, могу срубить корабль, что ходит по морю, как по суху. А я, говорит пятый, могу торговать разными товарами по чужим землям. А я, говорит шестой, могу с кораблем, людьми и товарами нырнуть в море, плавать под водою и вынырнуть где надо. А я вор, говорит седьмой, могу добыть, чтоб приглядеться или полюбиться. Такого ремесла я не терплю в своем царстве-государстве, ответил сердито царь последнему 7 Симеону, и даю тебе 3 дни сроку выбраться из моей земли, куда тебе любо, а всем другим 6 Симеонам приказываю остаться здесь. So a Tsar asked, what are these guys good at? And one said, okay, I can work with metal. Another one said, I can basically climb things up and I can see what's going on around in the far lands. Another one said that he can install a lot of things. Another one said that he can make a ship that could go and by sea and by land. The 5th said that he can sell a lot of things abroad. The 6th said that he can dive with the ship and with all of the things and people on the ship somewhere and basically undive. I'm not sure how to say it. At any new location where you need it. And the 7th said that he is a thief and he can steal whatever you need. And the Tsar said, basically, I don't want to have any thieves in my territory. So just basically, and he gave him 3 days to leave that place. Пригорюнился 7 Симеон, не знает, как ему быть и что делать. А царю была по сердцу красавица-царевна, что живет за горами, за морями. Вот бояре воеводы царские вспомнили, что 7 Симеон, мол, пригодится и, может быть, сумеет привести чудную царевну. И стали они просить царя оставить Симеона. Подумал царь, не позволил ему остаться. Вот на другой день царь собрал бояр своих воевод и весь народ, приказывает 7 Симеонам показать свое умение. So basically the Tsar advisors, they reminded the Tsar that, do you remember about that beautiful girl living in the far, far land? And maybe he can help you to get her, like to steal her. So don't send him away. So basically, he has to stay, and Tsar said, okay, demonstrate all of the skills to me. So all of these 7 guys, Simeons, they have to demonstrate their skills. Старший Симеон, недолго мешкая, сковал железный столб в 20 сажен вышиною. Царь приказывает своим людям установить железный столб в землю. Но как ни бился народ, не мог его установить. Тогда приказал царь второму Симеону установить железный столб в землю. Симеон второй, недолго думая, поднял и упер столб в землю. Затем Симеон третий влез на этот столб, сел на маковку и стал глядеть кругом далече, как и что творится по белу свету. И видит синие моря, на них как пятна реют корабли, видит села, города, народа тьму, но не примечает той чудной царевны, что полюбилась царю, и стал пуще глядеть во все виды, и вдруг заприметил. У окна в далеком тереме сидит красавица-царевна, румяна, белолицая, тонкокожа. Видно, как мозги переливаются по косточкам. Вот это странно. «Видишь?» — кричит ему царь. «Вижу. Слезай же поскорее вниз и доставай царевну. Как там знаешь, что была мне во что бы то ни было?» Okay, so everything begins. So the first brother made like a very long metal post, and no one was able to install it except for the second brother. The third one got on it, and he started looking for where this beautiful woman is. So he found her, and it's very interesting how they describe the beauty of this woman. They said that she has a pale face with some blush on her cheeks, and her skin is super thin, and it is that thing so you can see. Okay, this is very difficult. Как мозги переливаются по косточкам. So in our bones we have some juices. I forgot how they're called, like not spine juice, but marrow bones or something. Basically some liquid delicious stuff inside the bones, in the middle of them, and you can see how that liquid is basically moving. This is pretty scary. I think it's more like a Halloween fairy tale. Okay, so the Tsar said, okay, if you see her, perfect, so now go down and get her to me, bring her to me. Собрались все 7 Симеонов, срубили корабль, нагрузили его всяким товаром, и все вместе поплыли морем доставать царевну поза сизым горами, поза синими морями. Едут и едут между небом и землей, пристают к неведомому острову у пристани. А Симеон Меньшой взял с собой в путь сибирского кота ученого, что может по цепи ходить, вещи подавать, разные немецкие штучки выкидывать. Окей. И вышел Меньшой Симеон со своим котом сибирским, идет по острову, а братьев просит не сходить на землю, пока он сам не придет назад. Идет по острову, приходит в город, и на площади перед царевниным теремом забавляется с котом ученым и сибирским. Приказывает ему вещи подавать, через плетку скакивать, немецкие штуки выкидывать. На ту пору царевна сидела у окна и завидела неведомого зверя, какого у них нет и не водилось отродясь. Тотчас же посылает прислужницу свою узнать, что за зверь такой, продажный или нет. Слушает Симеон красную молотку царевнину прислужницу и говорит: «Зверь мой, кот сибирский, а продавать не продаю ни за какие деньги, а коли крепко кому он полюбится, тому подарить могу». Так и рассказала прислужница своей царевне. А царевна снова подсылает свою молотку к Симеону вору. Крепко, мол, зверь твой полюбился. Пошел Симеон в терем царевнин и принес ей в дар кота своего сибирского. Просит только за это пожить в ее тереме 3 дни и отведать царского хлебосоли, да еще прибавил: научить тебя, прекрасная царевна, как играться и забавляться с неведомым зверем, сибирским котом. Царевна позволила, и Симеон остался ночевать в царском тереме. So, basically, all of the brothers, they made like that super cool ship, and they reached the destination. And the youngest brother, the thief, he brought a Siberian cat with him, who was super smart and well educated. And he told his brothers to stay on the boat, on the ship, and wait for him until he comes by himself. So he went to the market, started making his cats to do some tricks, and this queen, beautiful lady, she saw it, and she asked to buy him. Basically, Simeon said, I will give my cat for free if you really like him so much, but I want to stay in the castle, in the palace for 3 nights, for 3 days. And if you want, I can also teach you how to play with the cat, teach you some tricks. She said, fine. And this is the first night when he actually stays in the palace. Пошла весть по палатам, что у царевны завелся дивный неведомый зверь. Собирались все, и царь, и царица, и царевичи, и царевны, и бояре, и воеводы. Все глядят, любуются, не налюбуются на веселого зверя, ученого кота. Все желают достать и себе такого и просят царевну. Но царевна не слушает никого, не дарит никому своего сибирского кота, гладит его по шерсти шелковой, забавляется с ним в день и ночь, а Симеона приказывает поить и угощать в волю, чтоб ему было хорошо. Благодарит Симеон за хлеб-соль, за угощение, за ласки, и на 3-й день просит царевну пожаловать к нему на корабль, поглядеть на устройство его и на разных зверей, что привез он с собою. Kidnapping! So basically for 3 days everything was fine, and when it was time for him to leave, he tells her, ooh, let's go to my boat. I'm going to show you some wild animals and other smart animals that I have, exotic animals, and also some special machines. Haha. Благодарит Симеон за хлеб-соль, за угощение. Царевна спросилась у батюшки царя, и вечерком с прислужницами и няньками пошла смотреть корабль Симеона и его зверей, виданных и невиданных, ведомых и неведомых. Приходит, у берега поджидает ее Симеон Меньшой и просит царевну не прогневаться и оставить на земле нянек-прислужниц, а самое пожаловать на корабль. Там много зверей разных и красивых. Какой тебе полюбится, тот и твой. А всех одарить, кому что полюбится, и нянек-прислужниц, не можем. So basically he said, I have so many animals there, like exotic animals, but I can give you only one more, and I don't have enough to give to all of your servants, so that's why they cannot come. Smart, smart, smart kidnapper. Царевна согласна и приказывает нянькам да за прислужницам подождать ее на берегу, а сама идет за Симеоном на корабль глядеть на дивные зверей чудных. Как взошла, корабль отплыл и пошел гулять по синему морю. Царь ждет, не дождется царевны. Приходят няньки и прислужницы, плачутся, рассказывая свое горе. И распалился гневом царь, приказывает сейчас же устроить погоню. Нарядили корабль, погнался царский корабль за царевной. Чуть мреет далече, плывет корабль Симеонов, и не видает, что за ним царская погоня летит, не плывет, вот уж близко. Как увидали 7 Симеонов, что погоня уж близко, вот-вот догонит. Нырнули и с царевной с кораблем. Долго плыли под водой и поднялись наверх тогда, как близко стало до родной земли. А царская погоня плавала 3 дня, 3 ночи, ничего не нашла. С тем и возвратилась. Okay, so basically they managed to swim under the water and escape the beautiful lady's father fleet. Приезжают 7 Семенов с прекрасной царевной домой. Глядь, на берегу высыпало народу, что гороху, премногое множество. Сам царь поджидает у пристани и встречает гостей заморских, 7 Семенов с прекрасной царевной, с радостью великою. Как сошли они на берег, народ стал кричать и шуметь, а царь поцеловал царевну в уста сахарный, повел во палаты белокаменные, посадил со столы дубовые, скатерти браные, угостил всякими напитками медовыми и наедками сахарными, и вскоре отпраздновал свадьбу с душою царевной. И было веселье и большой пиршество на весь мир. А 7 Семенам дал волю по всему царству-государству жить да поживать привольно, торговать беспошлино, владеть землей жалованной безобидно, всякими ласками обласкал и домой отпустил с казной на разживу. Была и у меня клячонка, восковые плечонки, плеточка гороховая. Вижу, горит у мужика авин, клячонку я поставил, пошел авин заливать. Покуда авин заливал, клячоночка растаяла, плеточку вороны расклевали. Торговал кирпичом, остался ни при чем. Был у меня шлык, подворотню шмык, да колешка сшиб, и теперь больно. Тем и сказки конец. Okay, so it's another fairy tale when no one asked the woman. So basically, the 7 brothers brought the beautiful lady to their Tsar, and he kissed her straight away into her mouth, and he got married the same day. And basically, they just said that there was a huge celebration, but they didn't say anything about the woman, if she liked it or not, if she was happy or not. And I don't know. It's like, seems like a horrible life. Now, when I read all of these fairy tales, I'm not sure that I like those. Okay. Крошечка-хаврошечка. Let's see, maybe we have like 1 or 2 fairy tales left only. So, yeah, I think it's only 1 or 2. Крошечка means super tiny thing. Хаврошечка, it's a name. Maybe it's something about a cow. Actually, I remember this, the name of this fairy tale, but I don't remember what is it about at all. So, it will be more interesting to read. Вы знаете, что есть на свете люди хорошие, есть и похуже. Есть и такие, которые Бога не боятся, своего брата не стыдятся. К таким-то и попала крошечка-хаврошечка. Осталась она сиротой маленькой. Взяли ее эти люди, выкормили и на свет Божий не пустили. Над работою каждый день занудили, заморили. Она и подает, и прибирает, и за всех и за все отвечает. So there are many different types of people, good, not so good, and those who are not afraid of the God. And exactly to the latter one, the latter ones got a little orphan, Havroshechka, and they raised her, and now she is basically their servant, like almost a slave. А были у ее хозяйки 3 дочери больше. Старшая звалась Одноглазка, средняя Двуглазка, а меньшая Триглазка. Но они только и знали у ворот сидеть, на улицу глядеть. А крошечка-хаврошечка на них работала, их обшивала, для них и прила, и ткала, а слова доброго никогда не слыхала. Вот то-то и больно, ткнуть да толкнуть есть кому, а приветить да приохотить нет никого. So basically, as like in the Cinderella story, there are 3 sisters who are not very kind to her, but their names are hilarious. The first one is called One-Eyed Girl. Next one is Two-Eyed Girl, and the last one is Three-Eyed Girls. So they didn't say if they really have like how many eyes they have, but it's just their names. So sounds, I don't know, not good. Выйдет, бывало, крошечка-хаврошечка в поле, обнимет свою рябую корову, ляжет к ней на шейку и рассказывает, как ей тяжко жить-поживать. Коровушка, матушка, меня бьют, журят, хлеба не дают, плакать не велят. К завтраму дали 5 пудов напрясть, наткать, побелить, в трубы покатать. А коровушка ей в ответ: красная девица, влезь ко мне в одно ушко, а в другое вылезь, все будет сработано. Так и сбывалось. Вылезет красная девица из ушка, все готово, и наткано, и побелено, и покатано. Отнесет к мачехе, та поглядит, покряхтит, спрячет в сундук, а ей еще больше работы задаст. Хаврошечка опять придет к коровушке, в одно ушко влезет, в другое вылезет и готовенько возьмет и принесет. Девица-старуха зовет Одноглазку: дочь моя хорошая, дочь моя пригожая, доглядись, кто сироте помогает, и ткет, и пройдет, и в трубы катает. Пошла с сиротой Одноглазка в лес, пошла с нею в поле, забыла матушкино приказание, распеклась на солнышке, разлеглась на травушке, а Хаврошечка приговаривает: спи, глазок, спи, глазок. Глазок заснул. Пока Одноглазка спала, коровушка и наткала, и побелила. Ничего мачеха не дозналась. Послала Двуглазку. Это тоже на солнышке распеклась и на травушке разлеглась. Матернина приказание забыла и глазки смежила. А Хаврошечка баюкает: спи, глазок, спи, другой. Коровушка наткала, побелила, в трубу покатала, а Двуглазка все еще спала. Старуха рассердилась, на 3-й день послала Триглазку, а сироте еще больше работы дала. И Триглазка, как ее старшие сестры, попрыгала и на травушку пала. Хаврошечка поет: спи, глазок, спи, другой, а об 3-м забыла. 2 глаза заснули, а 3-й глядит и все видит. Все как девица, все как красная девица в одно ушко влезла, в другое вылезла и готовые холсты подобрала. Все, что видела Триглазка, матери рассказала. Старуха обрадовалась, на другой же день пришла к мужу. Ну что? Really, those 3 girls, they were called one-eyed, two-eyed, and three-eyed girls because of the amount of eyes they used to have. So basically, stepmother sent the one-eyed girl to spy on Havroshchika. So Havroshchika said, okay, close your eye, fall asleep. It was like so fun. And while the girl fell asleep, Havroshchika got into one ear of a cow, got through another one, and everything was done. So it's a magical cow. So the next day, the same happened to the two-eyed girl, and the last day there was like three-eyed girl. And Havroshchika, she was singing her like a lullaby, and she was telling, okay, the first eye fell asleep, the second eye fell asleep, and she forgot about the third eye. And the third eye was staring and spying, and basically she saw all of the cow magic and told the mother-in-law. So now mother-in-law talks to her husband. Режь рябую корову. Что ты, жена, в уме ли? Корова молодая, хорошая. Старик ножик наточил, Побежала Хаврошечка к коровушке. «Коровушка, матушка, тебя хотят резать. А ты, красная девица, не ешь моего мяса. Косточки мои собери, в платочек завяжи, в саду их рассади и никогда меня не забывай. Каждое утро водой их поливай». Хаврошечка все сделала, что коровушка завещала. Голодом голодала, мясо ее в рот не брала, косточки каждый день в саду поливала, и выросла из них яблонька. Да какая! Боже мой! Яблочки на ней висят наливные, листвицы шумят золотые, веточки гнутся серебряные. Кто не едет мимо, останавливается, кто проходит близко, тот заглядывается. Случилось раз, девушки гуляли по саду. На ту пору ехал по полю барин, богатый, кудреватый, молоденький. Увидел яблочки, затрогал девушек. «Девицы-красавицы», — говорит он, — «которая из вас мне яблочко поднесет, та за меня замуж пойдет». И бросились три сестры одна перед другой к яблоньке, а яблочки-то висели низко, под руками были, а то вдруг поднялись высоко-высоко, далеко над головами стали. Сестры хотели их сбить, листья глаза засыпают, хотели сорвать, сучья косы расплетают, как ни бились, ни метались, ручки задрали, а достать не смогли. Подошла Хаврошечка, и веточки преклонились, и яблочки опустились. Барин на ней женился, и стала она в добре поживать, лихо не знавать. Okay. Again, super weird fairy tale, but at least now the women had a choice. So the cow was supposed to be killed, and Havroshechka came to the cow and told everything. The cow told her, okay, don't eat my meat, but collect all of the bones, plant them in the garden, and water them daily. So the girl was kind of starving, but she was doing whatever cow said, and a wonderful, amazing golden and silver apple tree grew up. Everyone was really like looking at the tree, and there was like one day almost like a prince was passing by, and he said like, okay, whoever brings me an apple from that apple tree, I will marry that girl. So all of those three sisters, they ran, and of course the apple tree was magical, so all of the branches with the apples, they got lifted up, and the girls couldn't get any apples. And Havroshechka came, she easily took an apple, and she got married to that guy. So the question is, you just got married to a stranger? It's I don't think how good of it is it, but on the other hand, she was a slave in her family, so you never know what is worse. At least it was her decision now. Next one. Moroska, from the word frost. Мороз, frost. У мачехи были падчерица да родная дочка. Родная, что не сделает, за все ее гладит по головке да приговаривает: умница. А падчерица, как не угождает, ничем не угодит. Все не так, все худо. А надо правду сказать, девочка была золото. В хороших руках она бы как сыр в масле купалась. А у мачехи каждый день слезами умывалась. Что делать? Ветер хоть пошумит да затихнет, а старая баба расходится, не скоро уймется. Все будет придумывать да зубы чесать. So there's another fairy tale about a stepmother. So she had like a real daughter and a stepdaughter, and of course the real daughter gets praised for everything, and stepdaughter always gets only complaints and pretty hard life again. Another Cinderella story. И придумала мачеха падчерицу со двора согнать. Вези, вези, старик, ее куда хочешь, чтоб мои глаза ее не видали, чтоб мои уши об ней не слыхали. Довози к родным в теплую хату, а во чисто поле на трескун мороз. Старик затужил, заплакал, однако посадил дочку на сани, хотел прикрыть попонкой, и то побоялся. Повез бездомную во чисто поле, свалил на сугроб, перекрестил, а сам поскорее домой, чтоб глаза не видали дочерниной смерти. Осталась бедненькая, трясется и тихонько молитву творит. Приходит мороз, попрыгивает, потрескивает, на красную девушку поглядывает. «Девушка, девушка, я Мороз, красный нос». «Добро пожаловать, Мороз, знать, Бог тебя принес по мою душу грешную». Мороз хотел ее тукнуть и заморозить, но полюбились ему ее умные речи, жаль стало. Бросил он ей шубу, оделась она в шубу, подожмала ножки, сидит. Опять пришел Мороз, красный нос, попрыгивает, поскакивает, на красную девушку поглядывает. «Девушка, девушка, я Мороз, красный нос». «Добро пожаловать, Мороз, знать, Бог тебя принес по мою душу грешную». Мороз пришел совсем не по душу, он принес на красной девушке сундук высокий да тяжелый, полный всякого приданого. Уселась она в шубочке на сундучке, такая веселенькая, такая хорошенькая. Опять пришел Мороз, красный нос, попрыгивает, поскакивает, на красную девушку поглядывает. Она его приветила, а он ей подарил платье, шитое серебром и золотом. Надела она и стала какая красавица, какая нарядница, сидит и песенки попевает. А мачеха по ней поминки справляет, напекла блинов. «Ступай, муж, вези хоронить свою дочь». Старик поехал. So this is the most cruel stepmother of all. So basically she was just super jealous, or for some reason she just hated this girl so much, so she told her husband, take your daughter and take her away, but you cannot bring her to any of your relatives, just put her somewhere like in the forest, in the field. So he took the daughter, it was winter, and put her somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and basically ran away home because he was so ashamed of what he has done. And the Father Frost came and he asked, like, at first he wanted like to kill the girl, to freeze her to death, but he kind of spoke to her. She was so polite, and basically he gave her his coat. The other day he gave her a cat. No, sorry, Pusha, there was no a cat. So the other day he gave her a lot of stuff, so she will be like a pretty good bride. And the last day he gave her a super cool dress, like gold and silver dress. So now the stepmother sends her husband, the father of this girl, to pick up the body, and it's time to kind of bury her. «Ступай, муж, вези хоронить свою дочь». Старик поехал, а собачка под столом: «Тяф, тяф». Старикову дочь в злате, в серебре везут, а старухину женихи не берут. Молчи, дура. На, блин, скажи, старухину дочь женихи возьмут, а стариковой одни косточки привезут. Собачка съела блин, да опять: «Тяф, тяф, старикову дочку в злате, в серебре везут, а старухину женихи не берут». Старуха и блины давала, и била ее, а собачка все свое. «Старикова дочь в злате, в серебре везут, а старухину женихи не возьмут». Скрипнули ворота, растворились двери, несут сундук высокий, тяжелый. Идет падчерица. Панья, панья сияет. Мачеха глянула и руки врозь. «Старик, старик, запрягай других лошадей, вези мою дочь поскорей, посади на то же поле, на то же место, Повез старик на то же поле, посадил на то же место. Пришел мороз, красный нос. Поглядел на свою гостью, попрыгал, поскакал, а хороших речей не дождал. Рассердился, хватил ее и убил. Старик, ступай, мою дочь привези, лихих коней запряги, да садей не повали, да сундук не оброни. А собачка под столом: тяф, тяф, стариковы дочь женихи возьмут, а старухиной в мешке косточки везут. Не ври, на пирог скажи, старухину в злате, в серебре везут. Растворились ворота, старуха выбежала встретить дочь, да вместо ее обняла холодное тело, заплакала, заголосила, да поздно. Again, pretty bad written fairy tale. Why? Because here goes the translation. So basically, when the father was sent to pick up the corpses of that frozen girl, so he came and he saw that, oh, she's alive, so he brought her home, and while he was doing it, there was a magically talking dog at house, and basically said, okay, the old man's daughter will come rich, and your daughter, he's talking to stepmother, and your daughter will, no one wants to get married to her. So a stepmother was angry with the dog, but whatever. And so when so basically when the slave girl, the Cinderella, came home, she was like super beautiful, she was super rich with all of the stuff, like with chests with treasures and so on. So the stepmother told her husband, okay, now you take my daughter and put her at exactly the same place. So again, father first came, started talking to her, but that girl was rude, so he killed her, and basically the husband had to bring the corpses of his stepdaughter. And yeah, the stepmother got sad. That's it. End of the story. There was not much explanation. Like, in the stories, it said that the mother-in-law was really bad towards the main character, the girl, but they never said that the stepsister was bad towards the Cinderella. So that's why I think it's kind of not good, not well written. And that is it. That was actually the final fairy tale for today. And next time we'll have to find another book to read. So I think for today we'll finish, and we have, oh yeah, still 16 followers on Kik and 101 on Twitch. So thank you everyone for staying with me, and the next lesson, we'll see when will be the next lesson, but again, every Tuesday we will have our Russian lessons, and maybe somewhere in between we will keep having reading sessions. So thanks everyone, and until next time, bye 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 bye.